Hey guys, what is up? Fluffy Ninja from Warp Crew Paintball and Warp Sports Chicagoland. And I know I have not done a video in a while. It's been probably a couple of months. It's been kind of hectic, really. I mean, it's been awesome, but it's had its ups and downs, I guess. So I was working for a college as a security guard. This was probably end of September, like basically the beginning of the school year. And they told me, hey, you're not doing your job right. You haven't been doing your job right for almost the last year. And instead of coming to me and like previous to this, they waited until like the big weekend that they were having some kind of thing, and I'd apparently missed some stuff which nobody even told me about. And I mean, it's not an excuse or anything like that. It's just I wasn't told. I wasn't sure what had to be done. I mean, they gave me a very loose outline of what had to be done. But anyway, I lost my job. I was given two options. Either I could be fired, that way I could have collected unemployment, or I could resign, so that way I could still use them as a reference for future jobs. And I chose to resign. Collecting unemployment would have been nice, but that's not the kind of person that I am. So yeah, I lost that job due to failure to perform the duties needed, and that's on me. I got kind of complacent with the job. I'd had it for about 2 years, and I was like, well, I'm doing the right thing. Nobody's come and talked to me about it. I got a raise during the 2 year period, and nobody said a word to me that I was doing anything wrong. So I kept going how I was going, and apparently that wasn't the correct way to do things. So apparently some of the other guards knew that I was going to get talked to, but nobody gave me a heads up. Nobody let me know, hey, you're not doing your job right, so you need to step up. Which, again, it's on me. I should have known, hey, this seems kind of too easy. I should probably check in and see if I'm doing everything right. And I did from time to time, like, hey, is everything good? Is everything okay? And all I got was thumbs up and, yeah, you're doing great. Or, yeah, you're doing fine. I checked in with the guy every morning and was like, hey, what's going on? Do I need to do anything? And it was, no, everything's fine. It wasn't until like, the end of the week, they're like, well, I had to open this door 3 times. It's like, well, why didn't you tell me after the first time? And that way I could have taken care of it. But, it's one of those things that I also think they wanted to get rid of me because I was lowest man on the totem pole. I was the person that had started last at full time. There was part time guys that, they could have gotten rid of, but apparently, an alumni from the school needed a job, so they decided to get rid of me. I mean, again, they didn't get rid of me. I mean, they could have come out and just fired me point blank, but they didn't. They gave me the option to resign. So I have a feeling that they were hoping that I would resign, so that way they could offer the job to this other person that needed it. And, I feel like that's what their plan was. They had no intention of promoting me, no intention of me moving up or anything like that. So I feel like it was kind of planned to get rid of me. I mean, I'm not like a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but after looking at it, because I was so furious, that I was losing my job, that I didn't stop and think. I talked to HR and was like, hey, wasn't I supposed to get a written warning, a verbal warning, and then like basically retrained for a day, and then go back to doing it how I was doing it? And they just kind of ignored me and was like, well, you're resigning, so it doesn't matter. And I was like, all right, well, okay. So that happened. I was without a job for probably about a week and a half, and I already had another one, another security position. And after I'd learned this lesson from the college, it was kind of one of those things that, like, step your game up, do your fucking job. If you're doing anything wrong, ask. And that's what I did. And the security company that I moved to was awful. It was not great. I'm leaving names out, for reasons in case they ever see something like this, and just to protect myself. But the company that they put me at, so the company that I worked for, and then the company they put me at that we provided security services for, that company was cool. Like, I would have loved to have worked for them, but you had to work for a security company for 6 months to almost a year or two, and then you might be considered to work there. And I was like, yeah, I don't really feel like staying here this long. So yeah, no thanks. But so that I worked there for maybe 3 months, like up until a month ago. I was working there. There's a fucking lawnmower going off outside. I mean, it's almost December and there's still lawnmowers going off. That's pretty fucking amazing. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but yeah. So I worked there and I was like, kept my nose to the grindstone, made sure that I was working, the shifts that I was supposed to. The problem was this was like end of paintball season and it was right before NXL Chicago and stuff like that, and I was like, hey, I have these dates that I need to be off, like these 3 weekends. It was what was it, the weekend we went down to Battlegrounds for Krista's first command. That was cool. And then NXL Chicago, and then the event where I proposed to Krista. And all 3 of those went off without a hitch. I had to put it in like 3 to 4 weeks early, so that way they would know. They still scheduled me on one of the weekends, and I was like, hey, yeah, I'm not going to be here. Like we met with Corey and everybody from Thunder on the Thursday before NXL Chicago, and I had to work that night from midnight to 8 a.m. and then go back to the tournament at 8 a.m. to help them get ready and stuff like that. So that was kind of rough. And they did that to me a few times, like, oh, hey, we're going to Knox, like we were going to Knox for the event, and they were like, oh, hey, yeah, you're going to work until midnight on Friday, which didn't make any fucking sense. So basically, I was like, oh, yeah, I need Saturday and Sunday off. And they were like, okay, fine. And then they scheduled me till midnight on Friday. So you schedule me until Saturday, which is kind of fucked. But they did that probably 3 or 4 times when I requested a weekend off, and I was like, look, when I say I'm going out of town for the weekend, that means I'm leaving Friday. I'm not going to be here. So there was, I think it was the last Knox event, that I was like, I'm leaving Friday, so I need the week. It's like, I put in the request. I was like, I'm going to need Saturday this date, Sunday this date, and I'm leaving that Friday. So they took that as, okay, well, we'll schedule you till midnight on that Friday, and then, go from there. Unfortunately, being the captain of Warp Crew, you have to... we had to go out to Krista's dad's house, load up the camper, go back to Warp Sports, get almost 30-something cases of paint, take it back out to her dad's, load that in the camper. We had Brett with us, so it was kind of an orchestra of fuckery. And I got a phone call saying, hey, you're supposed to be here. And I was like, I know, I told you that I was leaving for the weekend. And then I told the supervisor the night before, hey, I'm not going to be here. Please let them know. And he laughed and was like, yeah, okay. And I was like, I'm being serious. I'm not going to be here. So that led to a whole thing where I was off Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I was like, well, I requested the weekend off, so that should be fine. Friday, I'm sure I'm going to get written up for whatever, even though I told them that I needed that night off. I would have been fine working until 4 o'clock. That would have been no problem. But I come in Monday, and they're like, oh, no, you're not scheduled today because we couldn't get a hold of you. I was like, well, I told you I needed the weekend off, and then I was scheduled for Monday, so of course I'm going to be here. It's like, you guys screwed up my schedule last week. That doesn't mean I'm not going to show up this week. So that was a whole fucking thing. But other than that, the people at that job were really good. Like, the supervisor that I told, hey, I'm not going to be here, him and I became, really good friends, kind of, and, we were able to talk about certain things, and that was great. But it was one of those kind of deals where, like, I got screwed over, even though I told the supervisor, even though I told them, hey, I need the weekend off. So it's, I'm trying not to complain about these jobs, but it was one of those things that where, like, if you're in my position and you tell me, hey, I need the weekend off, I'm not going to schedule you until midnight on Friday, because that's just stupid. I'm going to ask you, can you work Friday until whatever time, and then that's the end of it. Like, as a supervisor, that's what I would do, so, yeah. So here we are now. It's the end of November. It is So now we are going to mention names. I am now working for Amazon, which is absolutely phenomenal. One of my friends, Dewey, I stopped at the office of the company that I worked for, and there were people there getting ready to be hired. And I stopped in there for my check because I didn't set up direct deposit because I knew I wasn't going to be there that long. But they asked me, they were like, how do you like working for this company? I was like, I hate it. I was like, this is honestly not a good company to work for. They screw you out of overtime. They do this, they do this. And I posted about it on Facebook, just saying, hey, yeah, these people asked me, so I told them the truth. And Dewey, being, as the very good professional that he is, he does his business, and he's a very good friend of mine. I think, hopefully he's still my friend. But I talked. He talked to me about it. He goes, he's like, I agree with what you said. Letting the people know, hey, this company is not as good as it sounds. He's like, the problem is you posted about it on Facebook. And my aunt has actually been a pretty big advocate for this too, where if you post stuff on Facebook, YouTube, social media in general, your next job is going to see it. Even if you have your profile set on private, even if you have, like the best security in the world, they're still going to be able to see it because that's what they do. They have the access to your profile, to who you are outside of their company, to see if you're going to be a good fit. So me saying, well, this company was bad to work for, they're going to come and be like, well, you said this on this date. How do we know if, you don't work out here, you're not going to say the same thing about us? Or how do we know when you're done working here, you're not going to say the same thing about us? And I understand that. He was absolutely right to tell me, hey, you need to take this down, or you need to, do something about this. But I've always been one of those people. I've only deleted 2 posts in my entire life that were at the time very horrible things to, well, not horrible things to say, but my perspective on it was everybody needs to calm down when I posted it. And when we later learned what happened, I immediately deleted those posts. So it was a situation that was completely fucked to begin with. I was trying to be level-headed about it, saying, hey, everybody calm down. I'm sure everything's fine. When everything turned out not to be fine, I deleted those posts, because I felt absolutely awful. But me saying, hey, this company is not good to work for, expressing myself, that's what social media is actually for, is for expressing yourself. Well, really, it's to get, all of us from this generation who wants to be glorified for everything that we do. That's really what social media is for. But, that's why you're watching this YouTube video, because you know who I am, and you clicked on my video, and you want to hear what I have to say. And to me, that's very, satisfying to see the view count go up and stuff like that. And that's kind of what we all do it for. But, saying what I actually think is just something that I've always done. Somebody, I think it was George from Warp Sports. Him and Krista were talking. I was there fiddling with something that needed to be fixed, and honestly, it's probably like the only compliment George has ever given me. I mean, he said I'm a good gun tech and stuff like that, but like on a personal level, he was like, that's what's great about TJ, is that he will always say the thing that needs to be said that nobody else wants to say. And I think that's a pretty fair point, that, if 2 people and me are sitting by each other, and somebody walks by and they don't like them, it's like, well, that guy, does this, and, you guy's kind of a dick. I'll call that person over and be like, hey, why are you being an asshole? Why are you cheating? Why are you, shit like that. Like, people know that I don't like certain teams out at Fort Knox, or I don't like certain players out at Fort Knox, and it's no well-kept secret. If they walk by, I'll be like, hey, fuck you. And that's the end of it, it's, but it's because of the personal things between them and me. And that's the thing. They laugh and they think it's a joke, and I'm like, no, seriously, fuck you. I don't like you. You know, I've never been like, oh, I don't like that guy, and they're like, what'd you say? It's like, oh, nothing. Hey, buddy, what's going on? I've never been that person. If I don't like you, I'm gonna flat out tell you. If I don't like my job, I'm gonna tell you. You know, stuff like that. But working at Amazon now is absolutely phenomenal. If you are 18 years old and you needed a better job, apply at Amazon. Granted, it took me like I think 2 months to get actually in there because I applied for the security job that I was working, and then immediately I applied for Amazon. When I heard it on the radio, I was like, oh my god, that would be so much better. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm working for Amazon, and it's absolutely phenomenal. I am sore all the time from constantly squatting, lifting, stuff like that. It's great, but you know, my body is sore, and there's an adjustment period, obviously. You know, after the first week, like climbing the stairs to the second floor of my condo complex, trying to come home was awful. I was like crawling up the stairs because I couldn't move my legs on Sunday, but that happens, you know. But I'm working like the reduced time shift, which is really great. It's 3 days on, 4 days off. But now during peak season, we're 5 days on, and we technically only have 1 day off. Like it's Wednesday, November 29th. This is technically my only day off this week because I got off yesterday at 7 o'clock in the morning. Slept most of the day. Krista came home. We had dinner, stuff like that. And then I have today off to do whatever I want, which I decided to make a video because I know I need to. And then tomorrow, Thursday, I have the morning off, but I have to go in at 6:30. So really, I only have 1 day off this week, which I don't mind because I really do like this job. And it's only until like Christmas time. So, you know, of course, it's an online company. People are going to order shit. I just ordered like $100 worth of shit that I really don't need, but I want it anyway. So it's, you know, it's rough. It really is. But I love it. I love working for Amazon. I think it's absolutely amazing. They've been at this forefront of their industry forever. I think it was Krista. She was reading an article the other day saying that Google and Walmart teamed up trying to knock Amazon out of the position that they're in and their hold on the online market. They own about 55%, and Google, who is literally the biggest name on the internet, and then Walmart, who is probably the biggest name in retail, they combined to try to take Amazon down, and they're not even fucking close, dude. Like, this company is insane. Their stock jumped 2% before Black Friday because of the projected sales that they were going to do. They did over $3 billion in sales over the 4-day period of Black Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Cyber Monday. They did over $4 billion in sales. That's insane. Yeah, or what? Over $3 billion? I think it was almost $4 billion. It was almost 4. It was a little bit above 4. It was around $4 billion. Like, it matters. But it's insane what this company does, you know. And all I am is a cog in the wheel that takes stuff from here, puts it in a box, puts it on a conveyor belt. But I have literally hundreds of thousands of dollars moving, you know, through my hands, you know, 5 days a week, 3 days a week. But it's awesome, dude. Like, it's really fucking cool. So, I mean, I'm not, like, trying to recruit people for Amazon, but if you need a job and, you know, you're 18 years old and you know, like, you don't mind being sore, do it, dude. Like, it's cool, man. Like, just every time I walk in there, I'm like, fuck, this is amazing. Look at all this shit. They've got this stuff over here and this shit over here, and it's, holy shit, you know. A lot of the times I'm like, oh, I should buy one of these, and I, you know, and I just ship it off. Like, on Black Friday, I shipped, I think, probably about 200 Echoes. So I bought one, and I have one, and it's awesome. It's so cool, and I've got these little plugs that plug in. They're Wi-Fi connected, and I can control them from the Alexa Echo thing, and it turns on my lights and it turns off my lights. I don't have any in here yet, but I definitely want to get some. But it's just cool, dude. Like, just, I don't know, man. Technology is awesome, and being a part of a company that's advanced that technology and made it even cooler is just, it's probably the best decision I've ever made in my life, except for asking Krista to marry me. That was absolutely the number one best decision I've ever made. I know that. But so yeah, this video is going up, and then soon I have yet to get a release date or anything. Mostly because I still have to send this other video, and it's still not loading, which is kind of irritating. But Dewey went down to World Cup, and he's always been a big fan of Dye. He's been a big fan of their M2s and stuff like that. And they released the DSR, and him being kind of the contact point really for Warp Sports on that. Like, he's the one that opened the account, and whatever. I mean, I don't really know a lot of it. I just know that he deals with Dye a lot for Warped. Just because George, doesn't really. I mean, like, he'll get in loaders and stuff like that, but Dewey's like, well, I want to get on the account so that way, I can help out, and that's really cool of him to do. So he went down to Cup. Like, that's the thing. Dewey goes to all the events. So, Dewey goes to a tournament, and he talks to Dye, and then he gets, a great deal for Warped, and that's awesome. Like, I wish I could do that, but I just can't travel as much. Sorry, I'm getting just fucking notifications on my phone about shit shipping. But it's really cool that he does that. Anyway, he came back from World Cup with a DSR, and he asked me, Dye asked him, okay, you have to do a shooting video, you have to do a maintenance video, and you have to do, like, a first impressions video. And Dewey, if you've seen Warp's Instagram, he had the G-Mech, and he, squeezed off a couple shots. Dewey is not phenomenal in front of a camera. He did pretty well for what it was. I think it was him and Dan were down at Cup, and, they did a quick phone video, and that was cool, man. That was awesome that he was able to do that. But he was like, I don't want to be in front of a camera. I don't like being in front of a camera, so I want you to do it. So he gave me the DSR and an R2 and brand new i5s, and he was like, well, do the videos. Here's all the things that you have to do. This is the time limits, like the unboxing video, which should be going up on their Instagram soon. I'm not sure when, but that was kind of cool. And I know it's weird for me to do videos for Dye, seeing as how when I did the unboxing video for their M2, I wasn't, like, super negative, but, like, going back and watching it now, I was like, wow, I kind of shit all over this gun. But it is a really good gun. I got to shoot one. I also shot that video at, like, 11 o'clock in the morning after being at work all night until 8 a.m., going to get 20, 30 cases of paint for Warp, bringing it out to Indiana. So I was literally up for probably about 20 hours at that point. And, I was kind of like, all right, I guess we'll do an M2 video. So that's what I did. And I wasn't very positive in the video. But now after shooting an M2 and after, dealing with Dye and getting to do the DSR videos, like, again, they were like, please don't be a dick about it. Obviously, we're letting you do the videos, if you're an asshole, and then we're not going to put them up, duh. And again, most companies that I deal with, when I do a video on their gun, I'm like, this thing's fucking cool, because it is. It's new. It's exciting, When I first saw the DSR, I was like, I don't know about it. And then holding it in my hands, getting to look at it, getting to shoot it, it was pretty decent. I mean, granted, I'm still a fan of the Shockers. For that price range, I'm more of a fan of the Shockers, but the DSR is a very good option in that price range. I'm not going to say one is better than the other because they both shoot phenomenal. But for me, my personal preference is the Shocker XLS. I mean, that's the pink one hanging on the wall. I've got the black one in my bag, and Krista's got her purple and black one. You notice that her Geo's up on the wall too. That was the first birthday present I ever gave her, and then we started dating. So yeah, that was a whole thing. But getting to do the videos for a company like that was absolutely phenomenal. And when I do my, hey guys, it's Fluffinit, the guy at Die almost like pissed himself laughing apparently because he thought the name was fucking awesome. And I was like, well, I mean, yeah, that's who I've been for years, man. I'm Fluffy Ninja. That's just who I am. That's how excited I am in videos. Like you'll never really see a video where I'm like, hey guys, I mean, there are some where I'm just super tired and shit like that. But I try to be pretty positive in all my videos, attitude-wise. Like, the content of the video, who knows? Like being, talking about the jobs that I've had and stuff like that. But now working for Amazon, again, I'm excited about that. I think it's an awesome job. I think it's an awesome opportunity that if you have the ability to take it, please do. I think it's a great option. But, anyway, getting to do the videos for Die was really cool. And, Dewey's like, well, here's all the stuff, so just, do what you can, and the shooting video, I had 1 day to do it. Like, I think I shot most of my, I don't know if a lot of people know this, most of my videos are shot in one go, and that's it. Like, this is going to be very lightly edited, but most of my videos are shot in one take, that's it. Like, on my, like, when I didn't have my computer set up, I've got my mic right there. Hopefully it doesn't make a big noise. I've got my webcam and shit like that. When I didn't have this, I just used my iPhone. So I had to do it in one take because I didn't have the ability to edit it. I know you can edit in YouTube, and now that iMovie is onto iPhones, you can edit and stuff like that, but it's like, I just didn't want to. So, I edited very, very lightly. Like, before, it was like, add an intro, add the outro, upload the video. Now, there's a little bit of editing here and there, but for the most part, I don't edit my videos. I don't see the point to. Life is unedited, so why should videos be? I mean, I'm sure it's more entertaining. I mean, watching the Let's Plays and stuff that I do from Achievement Hunter and videos from Rooster Teeth, those are all heavily edited. And it's enjoyable because of that. But my videos, I feel like if you're taking the time to watch me, I'm going to be real with you. I'm not going to, the lawnmower, I'm not going to cut that out and reshoot that part. No, that's fucking stupid. Plus, you only really get one shot at the pure reaction. Like, doing the unboxing video, like, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And they were like, can you reshoot it? It was too long. And I was like, well, you're not going to get the, oh, this is awesome. You're going to get the, oh, this is cool. Or, hey, look at this. Like, you're not going to get my reaction of, holy shit, this thing's awesome. No, like, it's not as genuine the second, third, fourth, ninth, 20th time, but you get to the point where it really is acting, where it's like, this is cool, but it's not as genuine. You kind of have to draw up that feeling, and to me, it doesn't feel genuine. I mean, I'm sure when you're watching the video, it's like, wow, you actually really like this, and I did. But the 20th take, which is what they took, I wasn't as genuine as I could have been. If I had nailed it on the first try. I mean, granted, the 20th take was 6 videos were, all right, and this is a, god damn it, I fucking, it was stuff like that. But, yeah, to me, unedited videos are a little bit better. This video is almost on fucking 30 minutes, dude. There's a little bit of the front that I can cut out, but fuck, this is gonna be a long video, and I hope you guys enjoy this, so that way you can, kind of get an idea where I'm coming from. Like, we passed, I don't even fucking know, dude. I know we blew past 500 subscribers. I know we hit, I think we hit 6. Oh no, yeah, we're at 530. I was like, I know we're approaching 6. So that's awesome, man. Like, I still get notifications in my email. It's like, hey, this person's subscribed to you. I'm like, why? I haven't released a video in forever. And that's why, but I'm hoping that with Amazon, it's, like the first week at Amazon, I was also shooting the videos for Die, so I wasn't able to upload those to my channel as of yet. I don't know if I'll be able to. Dewey asked. I don't think he's gotten a response yet, because, I mean, the videos are for them. So if I take the videos that I made for them and post them, it's like, well, why the fuck did you even send us these? You know, like, you could have just done this on your own. I mean, granted, the maintenance video that I did for it is long enough that Google is just not sending it. I don't know why. It's really annoying, but, you know, that happens. I got to figure that out. But the only problem with working at Amazon now is the schedule, because it's Thursday through Saturday, well, into Sunday. So I'm hoping that I can switch that around. I have to wait 3 months in order to change schedules. I'm hoping to get like a Tuesday through Thursday thing. That would be fucking awesome. You know, Tuesday into Wednesday, Wednesday into Thursday, Thursday into Friday. So that way Friday I wake up at like 3 o'clock. We get ready and we go, you know, to an event at Knox or wherever. But that's the plan, at least. Sorry. But, you know, hopefully that happens. That would be great. You know, even if I'm working Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm still fine with that, because it's a good schedule. You know, I don't mind coming home Sunday and being like, oh, I got to go to work Monday, but it's not until 6 o'clock at night, so I guess that's okay. So, you know, this has just kind of been a catch-up video, really. Where have I been? What have I been doing? I've been working a lot. So I'm hoping to bring videos back really soon. You know, I know one video a week isn't that hard, but it's hard to do like the weekend loadout when I know I'm not going to play, especially over winter. I'm pretty sure we're done for the year. Knox is doing their half price entry and stuff like that into December, which is nice. I mean, because the weather's been fucking gorgeous. It's gonna be 50 degrees this weekend into next week, which is insane for the first week of December, but whatever. So we'll just kind of go with it. Next year, we're going to be doing Legends and stuff like that, and we're going to be, I'm hoping that, again, if I get the schedule that I want, we can travel to more events, because just the pay is fucking outrageous at Amazon. It's amazing. It really is. So, you know, being able to have those funds to travel and stuff like that. But we're also going to be moving next year from Alsip to Indiana. Hebron. Yeah, Hebron, I think. You know, so it's one of those things that it's like, I would love to be able to do this, but we got to think of the future. And then within the next 5 years, I plan on opening my own paintball field. I've seen the ins and outs of everybody else's field, and there's just something missing that nobody is doing correct. I can't put my finger on it, but I see it at every field. It's like, well, these guys do this, and that's cool, but, and then these guys over here, they do this, and that's awesome, but, you know, it's one of those things that I'm not going to be doing it to make money. I'm not going to be doing it to, you know, become a millionaire, because that doesn't fucking happen in paintball. But I'm hoping to do it to give back to the sport. You know, I might start a GoFundMe page or whatever, just so we can get the initial costs down. And I'm not going to be asking you for money. That doesn't make sense to me. But if you'd like to donate, that would be cool. But, you know, we've got to buy land, to get permits, shit like that. And this isn't going to happen for another couple of years. So by then, I'm hoping to have my own money saved up to the point where there really isn't that much more than I need, which would be great. So it's, you know, it's just one of those things. I do have money set aside, you know, that I'm starting to set aside, that I have set aside, and it's growing, of course, but it's one of those things that, like, looking at the basis of what you have to do to start a paintball field, the cost is outrageous. I know that. But I'm going to be starting a field that I know people are going to want to come to. And not just people that I know, but people from all over. You know, I'm hoping that see what I'm doing, see what I'm building, and they're like, all right, let's fucking head there. You know, who knows if I'm going to be doing big games or tournaments or, you know, stuff like that. You know, I'd like to. There's a lot of ideas that I've had, like seeing the Iron City Classic, man. I would love to bring back mech tournaments, but nobody's fucking doing them. You know, if it is, it's a 10-man, and getting 10 guys together that, you know, want to go play is fucking insane for half the people that want to play. You know, you can get 3 men together and go play a mech tournament. That's not that hard. You know, you can use the GOG Enemy. It's a fucking awesome gun. But, you know, that's the idea, man, is all the tournaments that I've had ideas for, you know, I've had fields lined up for them, and then they kind of bail. Or I've had the idea, and I'm like, hey, what would you think about this? You know, it's like, I don't know how many people I would draw. Because field owners are thinking, well, how am I going to make money off it? Because I have to assign ref staff, I have to do this. Yeah, you do, but it's more than that. It's like, okay, so a team comes, 5-man team comes for a pump tournament. They buy a case of paint between them. Yeah, you're not making that much money off of paint. You make the money off of entry because you don't really have to do anything except let them use your field. You assign a few refs, and you have a good pump tournament. You know, and it's like, well, the pump tournament was awesome. Let's go play open play. Oh, I got to buy more paint. Okay, we'll go buy more paint. You know, it's stuff like that a lot of field owners just don't see for some reason. You know, like I've talked to a few indoor fields, like, hey, what about a pump tournament? I know people that play pump all the time, and they want a pump tournament, and they're just like, because they don't see what's in it for them. You know, I have to close my field down for open play or for another tournament to let you guys do this. And it's like, well, yeah, because people want to do this, but I don't know. It's one of those things that these are the ideas that I have, and the only way to really implement them is to do it myself. So that's what I'm gonna do. So within the next 5-6 years, I'm gonna have a paintball field, man, and it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna do it regardless of what it costs me, because I want to do it. It's something that I've thought about for years, and you know, I know what paintball players like. I know what they want to see. I know what they want to do, because I've been playing for the last 16, 15 years. You know, I've been there. I've seen some shit. But that's the plan, man. And I want to thank you guys so much for sitting through this long-ass video trying to explain where I've been, trying to explain where I'm going and what the plans are for the future. So I really have to thank you for sticking by me through this kind of, like, dry period of videos. Like, I'm really hoping, you know, at least once a week I can get one up. But it's one of those things that it takes time out of my day, away from other things that I need to do as well. But I'm really hoping that I can start doing it again. You know, one day off a week is more than enough to shoot a video or two. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.